Welcome back to The Mix. Hustle Phoenix's mission is to provide entrepreneurs with a strong foundation in intellectual, social, and financial capital to help them thrive. And joining me is the founder, Oye Waddell. How are you, Oye?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
How's everything?
Doing well, man.
So, Hustle Phoenix.
Hustle Phoenix, we're hustling.
I know. So this is so interesting is that the first time I met you, actually Hustle Phoenix, was on social media. And you guys were like really pushing social media, helping out those entrepreneurs. And now we see that that is actually where everything's going. And that's what Hustle Phoenix is all about, is making sure entrepreneurs have those tools in all different ways. But let's remind people how this all started.
Yeah, it started really from my story, man. I grew up in inner city Los Angeles, and a lot of my friends were involved in negative activity. And then I saw just the trajectory, right? And so a lot of my friends were hustling, right? They were trying to make a living.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the right resources to really do the right things. And so I said, man, at the age of 14, I was like, man, I want to do something to really help the community in regards to economic development and help people think about business and how they can be successful at growing and developing businesses.
Yeah, it's amazing, that we have all these books, we have all these schooling, but a lot of people don't use those resources because maybe they're a little scared of them, they don't understand them, and that's where you come in because you're speaking their language, which is so important to a lot of our entrepreneurs because they are young, they are inner city who have these great ideas, which is amazing, and that's where you guys step in.
Sure. Now, we do have young entrepreneurs, but we also serve, I think we've even served folks that are even 50.
Wow.
Right? So we have the gamut ranges in regards to who we serve. But when you think about the books and the education, which is great, but that's why we say intellectual, social, and financial capital, right? Because the intellectual capital is the training, is what you know. But they always say it's not about what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
And so our theory of change is that we say the difference between wealth and poverty is relationships. And I'll say it again, the difference between wealth and poverty is relationships. So we really focus and really train our entrepreneurs on how to build relationships, how to build networks, because in the networks and the relationships, that's how your business grows.
Yeah.
You can have all the knowledge, but if you don't know how to network and talk to people and treat people, man, it'd be hard to grow a business.
And you actually have them talking to the right people. That's, I think, network is great.
Yes.
But you got to network to the right people. I think some people think, well, I'm going to network to these guys over here.
Yeah.
But that's not your business.
No.
That's not the people you want to network with. It's over here to these people. And I'm going to say this, and I hope you agree with me, but every CEO, every person that you look up to is approachable if you approach it the right way, and that's where Hustle Phoenix comes in.
Exactly right. We train people how to use and how to connect with folks, and we provide them mentors. Like some of our entrepreneurs, they have a lawyer, a banker, a CFO, an accountant, somebody in marketing, sales that kind of provides community for them and functions as a board to really help them grow that business.
Yeah.
And so that is a lot of firepower, if you will, to really help those entrepreneurs. But the last one, which I think is important too, is access to capital.
Right.
Many entrepreneurs in urban inner city communities, they may struggle going to a bank, a formal bank like a Chase or a huge bank, to get a loan.
Yeah.
They may not have the history, or they may not have the credit. There may be some challenges there.
Right.
And so with Hustle, we started our own loan fund where now entrepreneurs not only can get the training, the development from mentors, but now they can get access to capital to start those businesses.
Yeah.
and fulfill their dream.
Yeah, and I don't want to knock the banks, I don't want to knock the credit unions, but I have to say is that entrepreneurs are scared of them because they want large amounts of money for you to loan. It's so interesting, and I don't want to get in trouble, but I don't mind saying this. Had a friend had this great idea. He only needed, I think, like $2,500 to like $5,000 to start it.
Yes.
Went to the bank and they're like, well, you know what? We need you to ask for $100,000.
Yes.
And he was like, I don't need that much, but you're telling me if I ask for $100,000, you're going to give it to me, compared to just asking for that. Yeah. And that's when we were talking, that's where you guys are coming in, because you know that some of these ideas are literally them just buying a computer that they need to get, or getting some marketing, and that's where it all comes in.
Yes, so yeah, exactly. Not knocking banks at all. They do an amazing job for our community, but I think when it comes to urban inner city communities, we're saying, look, how do we get the capital into the hands of the entrepreneurs? Like you said, smaller amounts of money, to be able to do what they need to do to be able to grow the businesses. And so there's not a lot out there for them to do that. And so we want to fulfill that need to really help entrepreneurs grow.
Yeah, and next week we're going to be talking to one of your entrepreneurs, and that's Blanca,
Yes.
who's with Amazing Flowers, who has done our flowers here, who
Yes.
had to pivot during pandemic. But here goes her shop right here, and she is one of the Hustle Phoenix success stories, which there's a lot of them. But again, with her, she came to you with her flower shop idea, and you guys took her from the idea to it's a beautiful shop.
Yeah, and her story is a little different because she was already in business, right? But I think helping her grow and think about the details, right? Because everybody can be a great, cook. You can be a great barber. You can be a great landscaper. You could be a great, wedding planner.
Yeah.
But if it's one thing to actually know how to do the craft, execute the craft, but to run the business is very different.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think with Blanca, we're helping her like, this is how you run the business. This is how you understand your numbers. This is how you look at your financial statements. And looking at those financial statements to actually make strong decisions for your business. That's where we come in to really help that entrepreneur hone in that business and that idea to move forward.
I like it.
Yes.
When you come back next time, because we're going to be having monthly little talks with OA about Hustle Phoenix, you're going to come back and talk about some of the programs you have, which are starting up. So if people want to find out now more information to start looking at building their business in any way, how can they do that?
Yes, hustlephx.com. So hustle, HUSTLE, PHX.com. And don't forget, let the hustlers hustle for the common good.
We hustling, baby.
We hustling, baby.
I like it. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.